So what has happened this week in Tesla is it's all about the Model Y standard range. So we were talking about this on the Tesla Live today in some depth, some detail. The Model Y came out, of course, in a all-wheel drive long-range configuration. There was two options. There was the long-wheel all-wheel drive, and there was the long-wheel all-wheel drive performance. Those were the only options. There was talk about coming out with a rear-wheel drive long range. That never happened, but they did come out with a standard range rear-wheel drive. And that was kind of funny when it showed up because, of course, Elon had mentioned in a tweet that he wanted all vehicles to have a minimum of 250 miles of range, rated EPA range. And when the Model Y standard range came out, it was publicized as a 244-mile range. So 6 under. Now, some of us thought, well, maybe the EPA rated it just a little bit differently. Maybe Tesla's going to change the calibration. Maybe they're going to put in an extra AA battery to push it up to 250. But that didn't happen. It just started to sell at the 244. And what happened is people were ordering them. They were being shipped and delivered. There was talk about how they were starting to get heated steering wheels, and the cars were getting the new consoles. So things seemed to be rolling along. Then just last week, there was a price drop in the Model Y standard range, dropped by $1,000 as the Model 3 did.
How could that be?
It just dropped $1,000 right off.
Bitcoin.
Just the website changed overnight, and boom, it was $1,000 cheaper. So that was interesting, and of course we've seen that happen before. It's gone up, it's gone down. There's different prices with Tesla. That happens quite often without warning.
Yeah, like if you're looking at a performance Model 3, it went up $1,000 or more.
so certainly, it as we say in the Tesla life, if you like the car and you have the money and you're ready to go, don't wait, because tomorrow it may change. Trust us, it does happen often. So to pull the trigger, if you're ready to pull the trigger, don't sit on the fence too long, or you may find yourself with no way off the fence. So keep that in mind.
Yep.
But anyways, the price goes down, and then 2 days later, the Model Y standard range disappears off the website. You can't order it. It's gone. It's no longer there. And people are freaking out. What's going on? I've already ordered one, or I was about to order one. What's happening? And they're calling their Tesla representatives at the stores. And the stores, of course, don't know what's going on either.
That sounds about right.
Most of them have no clue. They're just kind of, working through, trying to get answers for these clients, these customers. And the word is coming back from different sources that it's discontinued, or there's a delay, or there's a number of different reasons why you're not on the website anymore.
That reminds me of...
This goes on for a couple days. Like it's just this, there's no real answer. People are just getting different answers from different people. So we're not really sure what the real answer is. But then, of course, go ahead, Casey.
That reminds me of that day that Elon said he was closing all the stores, and I happened to just pop into a store, and I'm like, hey, are you all right? And they're like, we don't know what's going on.
So this is par for the course.
Hilarious if you're not paying the rent. Yeah.
Exactly.
So again, a day and a half later, the word comes down from the Twitter king, and Mr. Elon Musk indicated that yes, the Model Y standard range is not up to par, and they're going to discontinue it. But if you really want it, you can order it as an off-menu item. So it's no longer on the website, but you can order it if you go to the Tesla store and ask to order one. Now, of course,
only because it got 244 and not 250.
That's what he says.
Well, that is there was no official answer as to why exactly that reason. It was just wasn't up to their their level of excellence, I believe it was put.
They have just sold an accessory, like you could a tow behind diesel generator.
Like I said, a 4-pack of double A's, Tony, and we'd be up to 250.
Yeah, there you go. Just put a pack of double A's in the front. You're fine.
Yeah.
But But this, of course, off menu is typically the first step in discontinue. So
It's true.
if you it may take a day, it may take a week, it may take a month, it may take 4 years, but this typically is what happens once it gets to an off menu item. Of course, people don't see it, people don't think about it, people don't even include it as an option, and the volume just drops off, and eventually it gets axed.
I don't
The day
know
the
about
last guy.
that. See, I don't
What's
know
that?
because Russell has been ordering off menu at In-N-Out for years.
The day the last photocopied timeshare script is lost is the last day you can order it. Nobody knows the code to put in the computer.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So yeah, that's kind of interesting news of what's going on this week. So if you wanted a Model Y standard range, order it now, because we don't know if it will be if it's long for this world or not. But I guess experience would say that it's on a timer now. So keep that in mind if you were considering buying one. It's time to move. It's because of our subscribers that we do this show. What's that? You're not a subscriber? You should really fix that right now. Yeah, and next, there was a couple other stories. Of course, Russell's favorite topic is, of course, the Boring Company. So we had to throw in a topic of that because, of course, another city is considering getting a tunnel dug because it's vastly cheaper via the Boring Company than anybody else. And that city is Miami, Florida.
The driest city on earth.
Wait. You're gonna tunnel under Florida?
Yes.
Well, that is that's the thing. Miami, of course, is as everyone knows, is barely above water today.
I was like, please be New Orleans. Please be New Orleans.
That would be
of
awesome.
course, with climate change, Miami seems to be sinking every day too. So this is kind of interesting that the mayor of Miami and a couple of other associated mayors close to Miami have decided that this is a great idea, and they are off to schedule a visit to the Boring Company's two completed tunnels, one in Las Vegas and one in Hawthorne. And they're going to be visiting both of them apparently fairly soon to talk about some more details and what could be done in Miami.
Well, hopefully,
It's
the
not
one in Hawthorne.
going to be a tunnel. That's going to be a drain.
Hopefully, the one in Hawthorne is some renovations since we last saw it, because it had a lot of people talking trash.
The last time we heard, Jay Leno was still stuck in there with a Cybertruck. But hopefully they got him unstuck.
Or not. Just seal it up and move on. Let go.
Yeah,
You know?
you're right. Throw him in with a cask of Amontillado and we'll be fine.
Exactly.
And finally, just another story about the Model S refresh. So as we've talked about in the past, the Model S has been refreshed. It's going to be released later this month in one of the variants, and more will be coming. But what was kind of interesting was that a few of them, of course, have now been spotted in the wild on the streets, and people are now going up to them, taking photographs and asking to step inside them and videotaping the new look inside the car. But someone spotted kind of an interesting thing that we're going to share here right now.
Uh-oh.
I'm still wondering how they got inside the cars. They used to run at illegal chase speeds away whenever.
It's the hover model.
Those cameras is in the front quarter on both sides, and it's got this little bump on the both the Model 3 and Model Y and previous Model S's and X. But in the new refreshed one, the bump sticks out quite a bit. It is it's really larger, it looks like, and it's definitely got more girth to it than the previous one. And the thought is that since the Model S, the back end has got a little bit more chunky. It's got 2 motors in it now, or it can have up to 2 motors in it, and it's got a wider stance on the back. So the flare of the back tire the surrounding quarter of that is probably protruding into what the camera is seeing for autopilot. So the thought is that it has to be a larger or stuck out a little bit further in order to be able to see around the chunkier back end of the new refreshed Model S. So that was kind of cool to see this on the street, and some of the details are starting to come to light as people are taking photos and getting up close with it.
That's something. I'm not sure about cool, but that's something.
Mark, we all know what's really in that bump, right?
Enlighten us, Russell. Let us know what is in there.
Here's the scoop. Here's the what drives the scoop right now for my friends at the Tesla Life. It's a LiDAR pod.
I really don't think it's a LiDAR pod.
A little small for that, but it could be.
Yep. When Elon said he didn't want LiDAR, he meant he didn't want one LiDAR. He wanted 8 of them.
He wanted LiDARs, plural. Right.
Yeah. And with that, if you enjoy Tesla news, please follow us on our Twitter account, The Tesla Life, and you can also follow our YouTube page, The Tesla Life Show. Thanks very much.
Please do look for their shiny red logo on YouTube, at The Tesla Life on Twitter. It's a must follow, if nothing else, just to harass Mark a little bit, which I do every once in a while.